Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be my first look at Rancho del Arroyo, the brand new reserve that has come out today, which is based in Mexico. Situated in the heart of Mexico's hottest desert, in fact. And of course you can read that there. Basically the species are Mexican bobcat, collared peccary, whitetail, mule deer and pheasant. And of course there's coyote and bighorn as well, but I'm just going to let the little intro play.
Welcome to Rancho del Arroyo. Your flight was okay? Can I get you? This is vaquero country. Generations of cowboys have eked out a living here, my family among them. But all that cattle ranching has left its mark. I'd be trading this land's future for a quick buck if I wasn't prepared to face up to that. You've been all over the world, hunted in countless reserves. If anyone knows what this place needs to compete with the best of them, it's you. So, I want you to help us make a change. Become northern Mexico's leading biosphere and hunting reserve. Let me explain. ¿Qué onda, sleepyhead? It's time to get to work. If you want to head out and work off last night's carne asada, do me the honor of officially opening this outpost first, huh? Or feel free to scout out the place. Get the bacanora out of your system. This building, La Casa Grande, or the Big House, is gonna be your base of operations. I know, it's a mess. I took my own stuff, but nobody's volunteered to come pick up the family's things yet. So look all you want, but don't touch. My mom would come over and hit me with her flip-flop if I so much as hinted that someone had been rummaging around. Family, you know. Anyway, settle in.
Okay, so that was the intro to Rancho del Arroyo. Now I will be going through the missions to unlock the Coyote Model 1897 Soldado, however I will buy the other versions as well. But the thing is, with the shotgun at the minute, it does have some issues. I personally can't get it to fire without hip shooting it first, and that's made it pretty unusable for me because by the time I've hip shot the first round and then get to actually aiming down the sights, I actually just don't have then time to hit the birds because I'm not that good of a shot. That does seem to be a pretty kind of universal issue that a lot of people are having various different issues with not actually being able to fire the gun. But I believe EW are aware of that. They are very aware of all of the bugs. This is the first thing I really want to talk about whilst I'm just going through weapons and basically stuff about the map and preparing to go on a hunt. They are very, 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 very aware of all of the issues that have happened today. They are very aware of the Trophy Lodge bug that I spoke about in earlier's video, which was just a quick video to be like, guys, beware that this is a thing, so don't be shocked, and if it's something that you want to avoid, then obviously avoid updating the game. They have said now, and I want to make it very clear, they have said that they are working on a fix, and that should be retroactive. And it shouldn't, from what TK said, it's not coming as a hot fix, so I don't know when it will happen. So we can only hope that that will be relatively soon. So obviously if I get any more information about that, I will talk about it on the channel because it is quite, for me it's quite a big bug because of the amount of whitetail grinding I've been doing. It does seem to only be affecting whitetail and coyote. It doesn't seem to affect the bighorn or the mule deer, which have also had model touch-ups. So yeah, that's really interesting to see, but EW are aware, they are basically working on a fix. There is other bits and pieces. There is issues with SRP, with fast travel, and also apparently Yukon, where you can fast travel and it will either put you sort of through the fast travel loading screen and take you nowhere, or it'll take you not where you asked to go. There's a few issues, lots of game crashes and stuff like that. Also, want to mention, guys, please make sure that your Hunt Club beta is turned off. It does appear to be causing some crashes and also possibly some other weird stuff. I always have mine turned off anyway, but just in case that could be affecting anything, please do go and make sure that you turn your Hunt Club beta off in your system settings, and yeah, hopefully that will help some issues. But yeah, other than the bugs, it's a really fun map. I'm really enjoying it. And like I said, I was totally heartbroken when I went in my lodge this morning and saw all of my whitetail completely messed up. However, it does just seem to be a coding issue where that it's basically like reading one line over or something like that. That's why melanistics have become piebolds, piebolds have become common, common have become fabled piebald, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, it's really interesting. Also, with this, we do officially get the Miriam's turkey being separated from the Rio Grande turkey. Yeah, it's just really cool. It was quite cool to go through the codex and read all the little descriptions. And yeah, I have just really, really enjoyed playing this map today. There is an absolute, just amazing amount of animals on this map. The whitetail hunting is, mwah, it is perfect. There's so many whitetail, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven in terms of whitetail grinding. I am honestly over the moon. I saw some of the herds of the whitetail and like audibly gasped because I've been dealing with like herds of 2 or 3 in very dense brush, and there's herds of like 30 in some places. Is absolutely insane. So yeah, other than, like I said, other than the things like the shotgun, which they know about, the trophy lodges, which they know about, and they are working on fixes for all that stuff, it's very playable. You can play the map, you can play all that. Earlier, the advice that was coming from within the community was don't update your game, hold off until we knew if they were going to be able to fix the things with the trophy lodges, because of course we don't want to have bugged great ones and bugged fabled piebolds. So it was kind of don't update it until we know, sort of thing. So I really, 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 really wanted to clarify that. But if you go into your trophy lodge and your whitetail don't look the way that you thought they did, then that is why it is an ongoing bug that they're going to work on. But it's a really good update. There's a lot of good stuff that's come with this. It seems like great ones are spawning quite a lot. Whether they're now spawning at what they should have been spawning at before, and maybe it shouldn't be taking 4, 5, 6,000 kills before you get one. I don't know. I have set up this evening a great one grind on this map. I wasn't initially going to do it because what got said about the fixing of the animals in the trophy lodges was that the fix might change. So say I shoot this mule deer, basically it could then change that one's fur in the trophy lodge to fix it if that was a whitetail. So it might change ones that are being shot now to fix the ones that you shot before, if that makes sense, before the update happened. It's kind of confusing to try and explain. So I was like, do I really want to grind for whitetail? Because what if I got a Fable Piebald Great One? And then they do the fix and it reverts to a normal Great One. It's like that kind of thing. It is pinned. I will pin the comment on the bottom of this video as well, but it is pinned on the video about the trophy lodges. Basically with all the bugs, what TK actually came forward and said, and he was really, really good at actually coming very quickly and responding to all of the chatter in the Discord, because a lot of us were panicking. All of us whitetail grinders were a bit like, oh my gosh, all of my whitetail trophies. So yeah, they were really, really good at actually quickly responding to us about that. And I still 100% support EW. I still love this game, and I'm still going to keep playing this game. But yeah, it was a bit of a shock, and that's why I made that video earlier, just so that people would know and not despair, hopefully, that they were the only one or something like that. So, something that I really wanted to show off here with the mule deer, and the reason why I shot these small ones, was look at the fur detail now. They have been so beautifully edited. I am really, 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 really pleased with the edits that have been made to the models for mule deer. There's some edits on the bighorn furs. The most noticeable one for me is actually the coyotes. The whitetail obviously have fluffier tails, but the coyotes have fluffier bodies, and it's really, really cool looking. This is obviously just a small gold Rio Grande turkey, but they are beautiful. And there is actually quite a lot of difference between them and the Miriams. They have sort of a lot more brown colouring, and also their chest is like very shiny green. And I do actually get to show you that on one later. So yeah, but just all these little updates that they've done to the models, honestly, it's really, really good to see. You know, they don't have to go back to old models and rework them to make them look better, but they have. And something else that they've reworked is the X-ray on the harvest screen. Look at how clean lines that is. It's just so much cleaner. And I really like it. I think that looks really, really nice compared to what we had before. It's, like I said, it's a lot cleaner lines. You can almost see the sections of the animal. I really like it. But talking about coyote models, I'm actually going to show off a male coyote model. The males are fluffier than the females. I think it's basically just to make them look a bit bigger and a bit bulkier, which obviously makes sense. But like here, the three animals you can see, there's a coyote, there's a bighorn, and there's a turkey, all in this tiny little area. And honestly, the amount of diversity just in all the areas is really, really good. I have been so distracted today. Normally, I'm quite single minded when I'm hunting, but I've been shooting everything left, right, and centre. But just look at this beautiful coyote model. How much better does that look? And not only have they added extra fur, they have changed the face. If you look at the face, they seem to have a bigger nose. And I don't know what else is. It's just something about the muzzle seems to be a bit thicker. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it just looks 10 times better. That looks far more like a proper coyote now, and you can really notice it at certain angles, like that angle there. Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. Now, this next clip is going to show off what I mean about the new shotgun. Now, I really do like the new shotgun. I think it looks great and I think it sounds fantastic. However, I can't use it at the minute because of the bug I described previously, where I cannot fire when aiming down the sights. As you'll see here, I was trying to shoot there, and because it was only a small pheasant, but I couldn't shoot until I hip fired. And then once I hip fired, I could shoot. Now, I knew that pheasant was too far away, but I figured I'd just try and show you guys because it's kind of hard to get across when you're not actually, using the controller or the keyboard and mouse yourself. I was trying to convey what was happening there. And then this little guy decided basically to bug out, and it meant that I could get a really good look at the pheasant models, which is something I've been wanting to do since I knew that pheasants were in the game. And I can confirm, as someone who has spent a lot of time around pheasants, this is literally 100% accurate. That feather detail, that shine, that orange glow of the feathers, then contrasting with that white band on the neck that separates it into a blue-green head, even with the perfect little cap on the top of the head, the way that the feathers are marked, it is just absolutely perfect. EW, you have nailed pheasants and their vocalizations as well. They're just perfect. The pheasants are perfect. There is nothing I would change about the pheasants at all. They look perfect. Now, as well, I thought, this would be an interesting thing to show. If you shoot one on the ground, you will get grounded. You will not get a trophy score at all. So be sure not to shoot any diamonds on the ground. Obviously, if it's a female, like a female rare or something, maybe sniping it with the 22 wouldn't matter, but you do not want to be shooting any level 3s when they're on the ground. Now, this is an area not too far from where I just shot that pheasant, and again, the diversity of species. In this little area, there was bighorn, mule deer, pheasants, turkey, and coyotes, and bobcats, all here chilling. The only thing, oh yeah, and the antelope jackrabbit, not forgetting them. Um, yeah, it was absolutely insane. I keep forgetting about the antelope jackrabbit, and I don't know why, because they're one of my favourite species on the entire map. The models for them are completely unique to anything else we've seen in Call of the Wild before, and that's really, really cool. They've done other things as well whilst updating this map, including things like they've given the whitetail and the bighorn, they've given them new calls, and they sound fantastic. They really, really do. It's almost like a snort wheeze coming from the whitetail, and yeah, it's just awesome. But here again, another big flock of turkeys. You got a group of antelope jackrabbit going through. There was pheasants in the brush, coyotes passing through, mule deer passing through. It's insane. If you want to know where this location is, it is on the road going along the bottom of the map. And it is absolutely amazing, just teeming with wildlife and zones. And I was in paradise in terms of a target-rich area to actually shoot things. I was just having so much fun. I'm really, really hoping to today try and get some trophies, but I wanted to put this video out and talk about a few different things because I wanted to make it very clear that I don't hate EW. I was really, really worried when I actually put out that video earlier that it might come across that I was angry. I wasn't angry, I was very worried. Um, when you see something that you put a lot of effort into, which I do with this game, I don't. I know a lot of people will go, "Oh, it's just a game," but I put a lot of effort into this game. It is my favorite game out there, and so why not try to basically do as well as I can in it? And when I put so many hours into the game, and then I saw all my trophies for whitetail, which is my most hunted species by far, like completely messed up, I was just panicking that they wouldn't be able to be fixed. And I wanted people to know about it so that they could check their lodges and then report that, because the more people that report it, the more the devs can realise it's a problem, which TK, apparently I've been told, has actually said on the stream. He said something about the fact that if we go grr, it's not, there's a problem, then they know about it and then it can be fixed. If we all were quiet about it, then it couldn't be fixed. So as much as I feel guilty for talking about the bugs, I kind of have to in order to try and keep the game that I absolutely love going. And for someone like me, I find that quite hard because I end up feeling guilty because I really love this game, and then I feel like I'm almost like betraying it if I talk about the bugs. But I have to talk about the bugs. So please don't think that I'm hating on the game whenever I do talk about bugs. I just wanted to make that very clear. But here you can see what I was talking about with the turkeys. Look at the iridescence on those feathers. Oh, that is just gorgeous. That is just gorgeous. As someone who actually, I do photography in real life of animals. Also, you can see the location here along the bottom of the map. But yeah, in real life, I do a lot of photography of animals. Seeing touches like iridescent feathers on the turkeys, it just really makes me very, very happy. Now, something I have encountered quite a lot on this map so far is stuck animals. This group of turkeys I actually found stuck while I was travelling down to get an outpost on an ATV. It was very, very far away from anything else, and I thought it was quite funny how, as I moved around the turkeys, their heads all sort of followed me in sync. But it meant quite a good look at actually the models. And I think the hens, even for the Rio Grande turkeys, are beautiful. They've got such, beautifully coloured heads as well as the males. It's awesome. But you can really see some of the differences. They have a lot of more brown colours and green colours, whereas the Miriams tend to have like more blacks and whites in their feathers from what I've seen personally. So yeah, there is quite a lot of difference in them. They're not just the Miriam's called something else. And yeah, so I decided to shoot all of those because I have like no shotgun score on this account, so I figured it would be worth doing. And just to look at all the different colours, light buff, buff, common. I've yet to see a rare, which is good. Not seeing a lot of rares is actually a really good thing on, the first playthrough. However, what I have found rares for should come as no surprise. I have found rares for whitetail today. Ever since hearing that a couple of people got great ones straight off the bat, I really, really, really wanted to go and look. And there's still questions like, how legit are those great ones, and what is the situation with that at the minute. That was being talked about a lot this morning and this afternoon in the Call of the Wild Discord, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I'm grinding personally to try and get a second one, and also to see what the whitetail are like on this map. Already I can tell you they're 100% better than Leighton. But something that was really interesting to note is that they have actually changed the models for the rares. This albino doe looks distinctly different to the albinos in the past. Something about the face and certain colour patches look a bit different. It's very hard to pinpoint without having a side-by-side comparison. But it is different and they look better and it's brilliant. And also them having the fluffy tails is just such a nice touch. I really, really like that. But this is one of those herds of whitetail I was talking about. The first thing I did this morning was run around the entire map, unlock all the outposts, all the lookout towers. I have fully discovered the map. in terms of lookout towers and outposts. So then I decided that I'd switch it to whitetail drink time, set up for my second Great One grind. Later tonight, I'm going to go hunt bobcat, pheasant, peccary. I'm really excited to go for. Yeah, it's going to be really fun, and any trophies that I get, I will post in a video. But yeah, the whitetail actually drink in like proper visible zones. They're not hiding up in the brush, and there's just a lot more of them. Like I never had a group this big on Leighton in the entire time I did my grind, except for the very, very start, literally the first run of my first Great One grind. I had a herd that was about half that size, maybe slightly more. Um, and it was awesome. But you'll see here, I'm going to put a tent and a tripod down, ready to start shooting bucks out of this zone. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to go around and fine touch everything and make everything quite more perfect, because it's all a bit rough and ready and things need fine tuning. But 2 rares straight off the bat, and tons of whitetail, just tons of whitetail. If you didn't like whitetail hunting on Leighton, you'll like whitetail hunting on Rancho del Arroyo. It is awesome, and it is what we've all been asking for. All of us who grind whitetail and all of us who just like hunting whitetail have been saying second whitetail map would be really good, where they're not hiding in the brush all the time. And here we can see them on full display. Their zones are fantastic, and I just love seeing their tails bouncing now as they run away. It's such a lovely little addition. But yeah, so I don't know whether these guys. So I don't know whether if I mounted, say, this piebald, whether when I put him in the lodge and then they do the patch, whether his fur type could change. So I don't know. I might just save any rares that I get. Of course, if I get a super rare, or anything really big, then I'll tax it. But yeah, just look at the size of these herds, guys. It's absolutely amazing. Just some of these herds are just so massive. And from what the official content creators have said, this is pretty much what whitetails stay like. Like on Leighton, you'd get a herd like this, kind of. You'd shoot the bucks and then they just never respawned. So it seems like those issues have been tweaked. And hopefully they're gone for good. Obviously, I will talk about it in future. You guys always know that I always talk about these things and I always try to keep you as updated as possible with whatever's going on in the game. Something else I want to touch on before I forget, while we're actually looking at this herd on this lake, is just how in some places on the map the frame rate drops quite significantly. Like I had a herd of like 3 or 4 bighorn run past me earlier, and my frames just went awful. Like I don't have a frame rate counter, but it was absolutely awful. But only for a few seconds, and then it went back to normal. In that bottom part of the map, my frame rate tends to drop as well, whether it's due to density of animals, because there is a lot of animals in those areas, or what, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on those kind of things. But yeah, there's definitely some frame rate issues that are going on. Also, if you have any issues that I haven't talked about, or even if I have, please make sure to go to the support part for the hunter and actually report them. I will link that down in the description as well so that you can report them, because like I said, the more people that report the bugs, this is what EW has said as well, the more people that report bugs, the more they know it's actually not just one person issue, it's a wider issue, so maybe needs some investigating, and then the easier they can fix it. So it's really, really worth doing and actually just basically putting it out there so they know. But it is basically, yeah, you can update your game. It should be that your trophies will be fine for whitetail and coyotes. Yeah, that's basically all I've got to say for this. So hopefully I'll go and get some pretty cool hunts tonight, and I will make a video again probably tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to go and check those things that I said that I will link down in the description or the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the new map. Hopefully you get some good kills, and thank you so much for watching.